Monday evening to you. It's Weather for Weather Geeks time on what's been kind of a busy day and an interesting last couple of days after a very quiet and beautiful week last week. We've had a few things to talk about, certainly, over the last couple of days, including last night's total lunar eclipse, thanks to Don Cherry, one of our best local photographers, especially when it comes to astronomy things. Don shared this picture, no doubt with the aid of a telescope and a nice camera. Don captured this picture of the blood red total eclipse across the area last night. We had some thin cirrus clouds that moved in, but they were not enough to prevent us from seeing a good chunk of the totality of this. It lasted about an hour and a half, the totality, from about 11:30 p.m. to 1 a.m. And if you've got some nice equipment, you can really get some cool shots when we have something like this. We'll have another total lunar eclipse in early November. Hopefully the weather will cooperate with that one as well. All right, also wanted to share with you something I shared on social media this morning, but in case you missed it, I've got one of those Nest doorbells, and this was about 10 till 7 this morning. That's how I woke up this morning. About jumped out of bed. That lightning strike was probably a mile or less away, and yeah, the thunder was pretty much instantaneous with that, with the lightning striking close by. So, a lot of times all I see on this Nest camera is our neighbor's cat. But it was cool to catch some lightning and some thunder on the camera out there this morning. All right, local rain gauges over the last 24 hours. A couple of bad readings here and here. A couple of stations not reporting, but otherwise, a quarter of an inch, a third of an inch, even close to a half an inch. Pretty common over the last 24 hours, even a 3/4 of an inch amount once you're over towards Slippery Rock in western PA. At the airport, as of the climate report, at about 5:15 p.m., 0.27 in the rain gauge there. It was a fairly seasonable afternoon today after a summer-like day yesterday in which we reached the mid-80s. 69 degrees was our high today, 2 degrees shy of the average. And now that we've kind of just passed the halfway point in May, let's check out where we stand temperature-wise. When you factor in the highs and the lows, we're 2.3 degrees warmer than average. We're missing data here on the 12th. That's unfortunate, but yeah, most of the last week has been warmer than the average. Today being an exception, a little bit cooler today. Tomorrow and Wednesday will also be on the cooler side, but as you can see, things have flipped some after a pretty cool start to the month, especially in terms of high temperatures. Much of the last week has been warm, including an 81 Friday and Saturday and an 83 yesterday. It was not warm on this date back in 1956. This is the latest measurable snow on record in the springtime for our area. We had just a little bit of snow early in the morning on May the 16th, 1956, and so this is the date in which, the last date in the spring season in which we've had measurable snow in our area. In 2016, we had it on May the 15th, on yesterday's date, but the only date I could find on the 16th of May in which we had measurable snow was back in 1956. All right, I'm recording this video at 7:09. We had some hail-producing showers and storms that moved through parts of Mahoning and Lawrence County. We had a stripe of hail from Austintown to Poland over towards Newcastle. As these moved through, they, as of this recording, they're in the process of pushing out of Lawrence County. Non-severe, mostly pea-size hail, but noticeable nonetheless. A little puff of wind accompanied those. The other batch I've been watching is farther to the north. This came off of Lake Erie late in the 6 o'clock hour. Nice thunderstorm in Andover as of 7:10. Around Meadville as well, and heading down towards Pymatuning Reservoir. And this is getting set to impact parts of Mercer County, especially the northern and eastern parts of Mercer County during the 7 o'clock hour. Not going to spend a lot of time on that because most of you are watching this video well after I recorded that, so don't want to dwell on the current weather too much. But future weather, yeah, beautiful day coming up tomorrow in the wake of our cold front. Now, it's going to be a little on the cool side tomorrow when you consider it's full sunshine. And it's mid-May. The sun is really strong at this time of the year. It's pretty impressive that we'll only get to the mid-60s tomorrow afternoon. But a very nice day. And we'll get a chance to dry things out after some wet weather at times today. All right, clouds will then increase then late Tuesday night, early Wednesday morning. Maybe a sprinkle in spots Wednesday morning. Most of our rain comes in the second half of the day. Some light rain. Doubt there's much lightning and thunder with this Wednesday afternoon. This is a cool day. But then a warm front passes through, and then the floodgates are wide open to much warmer air on Thursday. We'll get into the 70s Thursday, and then on Friday, the hottest day of the year so far. I think we'll get into the upper 80s with an uptick in humidity. A real taste of midsummer coming our way at the end of the week on Friday. Now, that second warm front that ushers in the upper 80s Friday might produce a stray shower or storm late Thursday night, early Friday morning. Most of Friday will be dry, but then As we head into the upcoming weekend, notice we have elevated rain chances in the forecast for Saturday and Saturday night. I think we've got a pretty good recipe for some heavy gusty storms Saturday afternoon. Now, today is only Monday, so we can't get into a lot of detail on this as far as specific timing and how likely are certain threats. Is this going to be a tornado threat? That sort of thing. It's too early to talk about specifics in that regard, but just a heads up, a lot of people in late May on a Saturday want to be outdoors doing things, and at this stage of the game, we just want to give you a heads up that it could be a bumpy ride. Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening, this is a pretty strong cold front heading our way, and I would suspect that even though it's too early to talk about, nitty-gritty specifics and what hazards are more likely than others, I would say afternoon is when we really have to watch out. I don't think this will be much of a problem for Saturday morning. This is a cold front. In the wake of that, we'll be drying things out and cooling things off for Sunday and Monday before temperatures start to rebound again during the second half of next week. And longer range thoughts, I'm not going to show you longer range models this evening, but overall a pretty modestly warm looking pattern at the end of May, start of June. I don't think it's going to be a heat wave or anything like that. And certainly we've had hotter Memorial Days, including in 2018, a few years ago. But we've had pretty cold Memorial Days, and at this early stage of the game, I think we'll be somewhere in between at the end of May. Doesn't look super hot to me. Doesn't look like it'll be abnormally chilly either. And of course, we'll talk a lot more about the Memorial Day outlook and things like that as we get closer. We're still, of course, 2 weeks away. In the meantime, thanks for watching this Monday evening weather for Weather Geeks. I'll see you right back here on Tuesday.